Are very rough.
Yeah,
Ah,
still out here. You still out here looking like Carl Weathers. You still out here looking like Carl Weathers in 1973.
this shit is crazy right now, bro.
Man,
Yeah, I text my barber this morning. I'm like, yo, what's the update, fam? Like, you good? How that back feeling? You know what I'm saying?
same
Pause.
shit.
Man, he said, like, man, he's like, it's better, man, but I ain't able to like sit up. I'm like, all right, man, whatever.
Ah, man.
So look, and then what's crazy is that my daughter, she gets her hair braided in the same shop that I go to where my barber is at because
Yeah,
there's beauticians and barbers in the barbershop.
right.
So my daughter had got her hair braided Friday. And my wife, she asked my beautician, like, yo, what's going on with Rusty? That's my barber's name. And he like, yeah, he didn't
Nigga
heard his
named Rusty, fam.
that's his nickname, but
Is
that's
his
not
nickname?
his given name. That's not his
Okay, that
given
scared me because
name.
Rusty, fam.
Yeah, but so
Rusty
she
listen to the pod.
no.
I thank God because I ain't want Rusty be like,
Yeah.
man, tell your co-host, man, I'll beat his ass. Talking about
No,
what?
no, no, it ain't nothing like that. But
Okay.
he so she say that some of his customers is getting in the chair and other niggas' chairs in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
See, look, check this out, bro. Now I'm not gonna do that. Now the other guy that cuts in there, he's good, but me, I'm a loyal guy, bro. 30 years that man has only man that ever put the clippers to my head. I'm not gonna get into another man's seat until that man say he out of the game. So, I just gotta
You
I
scared
gotta
of nothing that gonna line your ass up real nice and tight, fam?
that could be
That's what it
possible.
is.
That could be possible,
Motherfucker
bro.
line your ass up. You look in the mirror, it's like, ooh, 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 ooh,
Yeah.
off of a lining,
Like
fam.
I
I
ain't
get it.
never had this before.
I get it. No,
So I mean, I don't know. That's where we at right now with the haircut
I get
situation.
it. I get
So
it, and I understand it, Mike. You
I'm
know what I'm saying?
approaching a month.
That's why I've
Maybe a
not
month.
been to a barber in a while to get my hair cut.
Yeah, so we'll
I
see,
couldn't
man.
tell you when the last time I sat. I can't think the last time I've been a fan.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
man, look, man, some dude pod. Hold on, let me see. Okay, some dude pod 144. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Make sure you go and get that merch. We're gonna remix that joint, but for right now, you see what Mike got on. Everybody can't be in your top 10.
Cop
You
that.
know what I'm saying? So go ahead and cop that. Follow us on social media at Some Dude Pod on everything. Join that group. Follow us on Facebook. All of that. Um, Before we really get deep in this and start, I want to thank everybody who reached out, um, especially after listening to the last pod. Um, you you realize that thing ain't straight with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it might be saying, and not in a bad way, but like, mentally, shit, we all in some way, shape, or form struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely learned that this podcast, um, ain't gonna lie to you, it's still the same.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still the same as far as mental. Like, it's, because it's more than, what we talked about. We actually talked about on the pod. But good news, since we had last talk, the dude who house it was, that the shit took place. Um, he did get arrested. And he got charged with 6 counts of shit officially. He was officially charged with those things. My nephew, which is the more important thing here, my nephew is starting to open his eyes and watch TV. He's starting to show some movement on his right side. Um, my brother FaceTimed him, and you see all the shit that is connected to him.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the mark underneath his left eye where the bullet went through and everything. He ain't got his hair. If you saw my picture on Instagram, he had long hair, G, like long braidable hair.
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
So
But
what, he lost his hair? Or they cut his
they
hair.
had to cut it. They had to cut
Okay,
it. You know
okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying? To put the shit on his head, so
Oh,
they could.
oh, well, he had butters. It'll grow back.
Yeah. Them joints was butters too, man.
Yeah.
And talking to my brother, he seems to be in a better mental space
Okay.
because the improvements and everything. It's still some things that we don't necessarily like, you know what I'm saying? But the courts will work itself out and all of that. But my nephew got that Davis blood in him, as his brother said.
There you
He got
go.
that Davis blood in him. It's tough to hold us down. So
There you go.
continue. I ain't letting go of them prayers, man. Continue to send them prayers and all. Not no condolences. Just send them prayers over to my brother and my nephew and our family, as we work to get over all of these things. So yeah. So other than that, man,
It's good to know.
we didn't really get a chance for you to talk your shit last week.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kick the pod off
Yeah.
with you being able to talk your shit.
Yeah. Last week,
Wait a minute,
last.
let me
Go ahead.
set it
Go
up.
ahead.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
set it
Go
up.
ahead. Go
I,
ahead.
I
Go
want to
ahead. Go
set
ahead.
this up. I
Go
want to set this up right, Mike,
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
because the Cowboys were 5.5 point underdogs, and head coach Mike McCarthy was notified they were 5.5 point underdogs, and he was like, "Huh? Wait a minute, we the underdogs by how much? Oh no, we gonna cover, fam."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, 19-10 was the score, was it?
22-10.
Oh, 22-10. My bad. Throwing that field goal. Cooper Rush, a pedestrian game, but they won nonetheless. Tony Pollard was out. Somebody else was out, but the
No.
defense.
Tony Pollard was in.
Oh, he played. I thought they said he wasn't gonna play. I ain't
No,
watched the game.
they said Tony Pollard and CD Lamb, they were like, they had lingering injuries
Okay.
throughout the week, but they were good to go though. So
So they played, the defense played lights out.
yeah.
Matt Stafford was looking like Detroit Matt Stafford. And you all are now what, 4-1?
4-1.
4-1. Talk your shit, Mike.
Yeah, man, Cowboys. The Super Bowl champions. I'm assuming that, hey, 5.5 spread. Respect to the Super Bowl champions. They are the Super Bowl champions. We'll give them that. So we know what they can do, like on the offensive side of the ball. We know what they can do on the defensive side of the ball with Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and all of that good stuff. But yeah, this game, once again, it's just one of those games I really didn't have expectations. I just hope that we did enough to stay in the game.
Right.
And they did exactly what they were supposed to do to stay in the game. And I give most of the credit to the defense. The defense came through on the first drive. We get the turnover. We get a turnover and a touchdown for the defense on the first drive. So they set the tone early. And I think it was pretty much lights out from there. I mean, Cooper Kupp did his thing. Cooper Kupp is going to do what he's going to do. He's going to get 100 yards and everything like that. But as far as like what we did on the defensive side of the ball, we controlled them. We got to Matthew Stafford, put the pressure on him and everything like that. Cooper Kupp, 10 for 16 for like 100 yards. Like you said, that's what I expect from Cooper Rush, but no mistakes were made. And that's all we could pretty much ask of Cooper Rush. So when this game, I just want to say, like, hey, guys, I mean, we were hearing the talks about, yeah, we beat the Giants.
There we go.
We beat the Giants.
There
you guys beat the Giants, and that's Daniel Jones. And look at it. The Giants are 4-1. Let me give a shout out to Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is doing his thing. But the Giants are 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. You guys beat the Commanders. Carson Wentz. Y'all was loving the Commanders last year. Y'all was loving them. I was loving their defense.
It was the defense, not the offense.
They was loving them. They was calling for them to be the NFC East champions last year. I didn't forget that shit. I didn't forget.
My bad. I didn't
forget.
apologize.
I ain't forget that. So yeah, we beat them, and then We beat the Bengals too. The Bengals. So now officially we beat the Bengals and the Rams, both of the teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. So, who else did we beat? We beat somebody else. I can't. The Bengals, the Rams, the Giants, and the Commanders. So 4-1. Yeah. So we did all of that. So now it's okay. They can't beat anybody. They haven't beat anybody. So now we got the Eagles coming up next week. But we're not even gonna get to that part yet. We're just gonna get to the fact that we stringing together wins and we stringing up some impressive wins. So shout out to my squad, bro. We doing our thing. I wasn't gonna really get crazy, bro, but said that game right there, fam. I had to get my shit off a little bit because y'all was like, they ain't beat nobody yet. Wait till they play the Rams. All right, cool.
What happens if they defeat the Eagles?
If they defeat the Eagles, boy, y'all a clown. I'm a clown.
Talking all types of shit, huh?
I might have to talk all kind of shit especially if Dak don't play and Cooper Rush does it.
Hey, Mike, I know.
It might get ugly. I text Weso too. I text Weso and I said, Weso.
Oh yeah.
See you next week, buddy. But it wasn't really no talk shit though. Like at the end of the day though,
because he talking shshit on social.
He doing his thing, but rightfully so though.
But
rightfully so.
Yeah,
We get your shit off, bro. Like you can talk that shit 5-0. You can't say shit about a team.
5-0, 4-1. NFC East is looking like 1994 in this.
I like what I'm seeing right now. But again, I wanna be very clear.
Let's be clear.
I want to be very clear about Cooper Rush, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
we saw what Cooper Rush just did. He went 10 for 16. So that means that Kellen Moore and the offense, they're not asking of much of Cooper Rush. As long as the defense is out there doing it, run the ball. Tony Pollard he ran one off for a good 70 yards. So he ended up getting 80. Zeke has been very consistent. Zeke has been very consistent with the 50, 60 yard games. Zeke looks good. He hasn't had a breakout game yet, but as far as yards per carry, Zeke is doing his thing. So
he's not gonna have that, Mike. He's just gonna be consistent all year.
And that's perfectly okay with me. That's perfectly okay with me. I'm cool with that. And as far as Cooper Rush making certain plays, big play to Michael Gallup late in the game, a couple good throws to CD, nothing big, but just enough to keep the offensive drives going to put us in a position where we can get a field goal, touchdown, whatever, and then get out there defense. Y'all hold it down for us. Now, whenever Dak does come back, again, I'm not going to be we back, Dak is back, because I'm still concerned about how Dak is going to be efficiency-wise. I'm still uncertain because what I saw from him in the Tampa game was very concerning, even though it was their first game. But again, I had to reiterate that they did not play any preseason snaps, so maybe that was just rust. But now he played one game, he injured for 4 or 5 games, and you come back. Is the rust still going to be there? How is that going to play out? So I'm still concerned about how the offense is going to look when Dak does come back. But for now,
gotta hold on to the ball.
Gotta hold on to the ball. But for now, we are 4-1. I don't know if Dak is going to play this week. I don't know. I would prepare if I were to.
What would you do if you was Mike McCarthy? No, if you was Jerry Jones, what would you do here?
I'm at a point where if Dak is not 100%, I'm not putting him in.
Okay.
Dak has to be 100%. The thumb has to be 100% at this point.
All right.
I don't think we're in a position, even if we were to drop this game against Philly. Yeah. I don't think that's any cause for concern. You're giving
Jerry Jones want to win this game.
I know he does. I want to win the game too, but not at the expense of Dak's thumb and him to go out there and stink it up because he's trying to, do too much with an injured thumb. But at the end of the day, Cowboys 4-1. Talk to me nicely. All right, talk to me nicely.
All right. I wish I could say the same for me. Wish I could say it went better for me. It did. Well, you know what? I'm gonna switch that because this was the best game that Justin Fields had since that Pittsburgh game last year.
And they tried to pull it. They're
the fucking wide receiver.
At what point, bro? Carson Wentz was 18 for 18. I looked at the box score because I wasn't.
You mean Kirk?
No, Kirk Cousins. I said Carson Wentz. Excuse me, Kirk Cousins.
We got him Thursday, though.
That's gonna be a daddy. But yeah,
We'll get into
Kirk
that.
Cousins was 18 for
Man,
18 at one point. I was like,
he could not miss. See, here's the thing that I'm learning about the Bears in 5 games, right? They gonna adjust to some shit in the second half. Will it win them the game? Don't know. But they gonna adjust. I said last week that the Giants game was the first game that I really noticed the lack of talent that's on the team. And the Minnesota game made it even more evident of the lack of talent we have on the team.
yeah.
Justin Fields accounted for damn near all of the yards that they had.
Mhm.
No, David Montgomery played, looked good after we thought shit was wrong with him the last game.
Yeah.
But the running game was decent. But Justin Fields, he had a clean pocket for some of the game.
Okay.
You saw him get his joints off. That Darnell Mooney with the second best catch in Bears
Hey,
history.
hey, man. Hey, that man can play receiver, fam. I
Yeah, he
just
could
wish
play
he was.
receiver.
I wish he was a little taller, but that
Yeah,
dude is nice.
yeah, he's a nice. And when we get other talent next year, then he really gonna shine.
Mhm.
But like Dante Pettis dropped like 3 balls in his hand. I
So
wanted to
wait,
fight
I didn't
him.
see that game. I didn't watch the game. I just saw some of the highlights.
Dante Pettis.
But with was he the one that got the ball stripped from him on the
No,
last
no,
play?
no, 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 no.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
was the other dude,
okay.
Amir something. He should be cut today. He should have been cut. They shouldn't even let him in the locker room. But Dante Pettis dropped like 2 or 3 balls that was in his hand.
Okay.
That he catches the ball and just drops to the ground.
Yeah.
It's a first down. Dude that you're talking about, number 17, all he had to do was go out of bounds. Now, I'm
I
not
saw that
saying
play.
that the Bears, not saying that the Bears would have won that game, but
Give
I
yourself
want
a
to see
chance.
one, give yourself a chance, but two, I want to see Justin in drives like these.
Yeah.
Because those drives like that are the drives that you one see what you have in the quarterback. You know if he's going to give up or anything like that. You see what you have in the quarterback with those drives. And then the other part of it is that it's the reps at the most perfect optimal time when the game is on the line. And he looked good for the majority of that second half. He looked good for the game, so to speak. But that second half, we was like, okay, we see what we have. And it really, I think that game more than anything made me look at Leor Pose even more crazy
Mm-hmm.
because talent. If the man had talent, we would be in a better position. Like the Philadelphia Eagles wasn't sure going into this season
About Jalen
if
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts was going to be the one.
Mm-hmm.
But they was like, we got to put some talent around, buddy. They went and traded for A.J. Brown. They already drafted Devontae Smith. They got Miles Sanders in the backfield. They had a nice offensive line.
And Dallas Gobert.
Yeah, Dallas, they tight ends always good. He has talent around him. They're going to help with his development because they got talent. And you mean to tell me our GM was like, oh, get these Rudies and shit, who was the 4th and 5th wide receivers on their team,
Yeah.
and just wade the water. You're not wading the water. You're not giving Buddy a chance. But this is what I said at the beginning of the season on this show. Maybe they think Buddy is one of those talents that can make everybody around him better. And for the most part, that's what happened on Sunday. But he ain't there all the way yet. So you need talent. N'Keal Harry is going to, well, he's off injury reserve and he's off the list. So, he can play Thursday against the Commanders if they see fit. Still got questions about him. Yeah, he was a first rounder, but he couldn't stay healthy and do shit with Tom Brady. So I don't know about Justin Fields, but he's a bigger, taller wide receiver. He can catch. get one of these other wide receivers the fuck up out of here.
Mhm.
And maybe, just maybe, it helps out Darnell Mooney, because now, I mean, the hope is that N'Keal Harry, for at least right now, can show that he's somebody that can put pressure on another corner on the defense that can give Mooney some space.
Mhm.
And then also help out Cole Kmet, who's been a disappointment this season.
Yeah.
And that's putting it mildly. He's been a disappointed,
Mhm.
partly because of the quarterback situation, just the offensive situation in general. But you see the Bears starting to make adjustments. Luke Getsy starting to make adjustments. Justin Fields has said, looks like they might. No, Getsy said that looks like they may need to play faster. So I'm interested to see how fast this offense plays against the Commanders, who is reeling. Ron Rivera threw his quarterback Carson Wentz under the bus. Said he apologized to him, but shit, he threw that man under the bus. You got Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson, who's fresh off of a gunshot wound. They played the 50 Cent on him. No, they got a fairly decent offensive line. I think the defense, I would say the Bears defensive line and front seven, I'll get to in a second. But I am very worried about the wide receivers on the Commanders. I am so worried about them that I hope that the Bears trade for one of those dudes on Friday. Curtis Samuel, Scary Terry, McLaurin, one of them can stay in Chicago on Friday. Like, the game happens as long as they stay healthy. Leo Pose goes up to the Commanders and be like, yo, we're going to give you 2 third-round picks for one of those 2 wide receivers. And since Scary Terry just got his money, I'll take Samuel. I'm not saying that Samuel's the number 1, but he's talent that we can use. So one of y'all can stay. The front 7 for the Chicago Bears has got to get off this game, though, because they are looking bad. And for somebody who said that Roquan Smith, because of his stats and everything, or what he's accumulated since he's been in the league, should have been the highest paid linebacker because it was his turn. I'm looking like I was wrong, because Roquan Smith is running around there like he got sand in his boots. I don't know if it's because of the change in position, with him not being the middle linebacker. He's I think he's the will linebacker, so he's playing a little bit outside, and he's kind of he's supposed to be like the Lance Briggs, being able to move around, but he's not looking like that against good teams. He looked like that against the Texans, so he should look like this against the Washington Commanders. But in order for him to get the money that he wants, he got to look like that against everybody. He did not look like that against the Giants. He did not look like that against Green Bay. He did not. I mean, it was raining, so you can't. The San Francisco game, all right, whatever. But the Giants game, the Minnesota game, he got juked the shit out of. I forgot who scored the touchdown, but he got juked the shit out of. Like, he's not been looking too good. So just like I said, if you guys listen to Summer Sessions, shout out to my man Scott, I said on there that he needs to have a breakout game, and he did. He had 16 tackles, interception in the game, and I think 5 of those were solo tackles. He needs to have a similar game. He needs to make right here. I'll say this and be done with it. Carson Wentz has to be replaced in this game by Taylor Heineke. That's what has to happen.
This was Taylor Heineke's team before Carson Wentz got there.
It was. That's how Roquan needs to play. Now, I'm picking on Roquan, but that front 7 of the Chicago Bears is looking huff in the light. I don't like Nicholas Morrow at all in the middle. I do not like that man at all in the middle. He too looked like he's running with sand in his feet. I thought the linebackers in this defense were supposed to look fast. They don't at all. They look all the linebackers look lost. Here's how you know the linebacker situation for the Chicago Bears is not optimal at all. We only talk about Roquan because he's the one they know.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't hear Nicholas Morrow name a lot. Who's the other linebacker? Is it Joe Thomas?
Yeah.
Was it somebody? We hear about 1.5 linebackers for the Chicago Bears. Other than that, we hear about Brisker. We hear about Bojack. Kyler Gordon played a better game this past game. Kendall just got his first interception of his career. We hear about the defensive backs. We don't hear nothing about the linebackers. Robert Quinn has not been what he was last year at all. That front seven for the Bears right now is the reason why we are having the issues on defense that we're having. And it tells you a lot about our defensive backfield, that they're actually more decent than we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not getting killed, well, except for the beginning of the Vikings game. We're not getting killed in the air like we did last year. Like you could just throw it and touchdown, 50, 60 yards. We was getting our ass blasted.
Mm-hmm.
For all of Gordon's faults, he got his ass whooped the Green Bay game, but he was going against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he was getting picked on. But because of Brisker and because of Jackson, the defensive backfield has held the Bears down. If our front seven was just a little bit better, then the defensive backs would benefit from that, and the defense would be better. But our front seven can't stop the run for shit. And again, you only talk about 1.5 linebackers. And that's a problem. That is a major problem for the Chicago Bears. They got to get that fixed. And I don't know if they're going to get that fixed with all the money we got next year. But Roquan Smith is going to mess around and not even get franchised by the Bears the way he's playing. Here's other things that we need to start talking about, even with Roquan. The way Roquan is playing right now, I would not be surprised if the Bears trade him before the trading deadline.
Maybe that's part of the evil plan.
That ain't a part of his plan. I can tell you that now. Mm-hmm. But Roquan, especially depending on how the season goes, it would not shock me. It would not surprise me if Robert Quinn and Roquan are traded at the deadline. It would not shock me or surprise me. Mm-hmm. Especially if we know for sure we're not making the playoffs. It wouldn't shock me because the way that they're both playing, but a team can see their value. Roquan is still young, so you might be able to trade and get some assets for Quinn. That'd be good for you, and you definitely could get that with Roquan. Mm-hmm. But the Bears can win this game right here and be 3-3. Like, before we move on, let me just go to their schedule real quick. Because even though the Bears have been, they've been in every game, but really the Green Bay game.
And I feel like the Green Bay game, they were in that game.
If they wouldn't have took that damn touchdown from us. But I'm not going to jump ahead, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna do like I did a couple of weeks ago. But because I still stand on it, the Bears should beat the Commanders. The Patriots on Monday, I don't know.
If they using their third string quarterback, bro,
I still don't know. Zappy looked decent.
Yeah,
looked decent, really. We losing against y'all. We losing against the Dolphins. The Lions is a curious case because the Lions should score 50 on us.
Hey,
man.
The Dolphins right now, bro. You saw what they just did against the Jets.
They'd be okay.
We don't even know where we at with Teddy Bridgewater. Who's their quarterback at this point? They're on their third string. They're on their third string as well.
Yeah, Tua should be back that game. But you know what? Let me not even say that.
Say.
I'm still mounting the Dolphins game as a loss.
Okay.
The Lions game is weird because the Lions are better than their record, but then they get shut out by the Patriots
Weird.
with a third string quarterback. I don't know. But I'm not picking games other than the Commanders game. We should win that game. But just talking about the games that we have though coming up. You're right. The Patriots is a third string. Will Mac Jones be back that game? We don't know. Will Tua be back for the Bears game? We don't know. The Falcons, they're a little bit better than advertised. The Lions could be a bit overrated. The Jets, that could be a winnable game. But again, it's really dependent on where the Bears are at the time of the trading deadline in the NFL. Because if we know by November 1st, which is a couple of weeks now, this is soon. We got a couple of weeks. If the Bears, just looking at the schedule, if the Bears take L's to the Commanders, the Patriots, and the Cowboys, Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith, bye-bye. That's it. Cancel Christmas. Season over with. We're done. We're shipping y'all off, and we getting assets. Y'all can go.
Okay.
The end. November versus the trading deadline. We lost 2 straight games. So we on a 5, man. That happens. Roquan, get what you could get for him. Quinn, get what you could get for him. And let's go ahead and get ready for 2023.
Get this rebuild going.
With more money and assets in the draft. And then we can go from there.
Okay.
I met Some Dude Pod. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite pods. And make sure you rate and let us know why you rating us what you rate. So if we huff, let us know we huff. If we're not, we're good. Before we get to more NFL and the punch heard around the NBA, I wanted to also get a little bit deeper into what I had talked about last episode about white men and scary movies. Did you see the post that I put up in the group with
Which
the
one?
white dude? With the little white dude telling the white girl like to chill. We don't need no more white serial killers.
When did you post that? Today?
I think it was day before yesterday.
I might have missed that one.
Well,
if you posted that over the weekend, I had a really, really long weekend, busy weekend. So I probably missed that post.
I feel you, man.
Give me some context.
I feel you. Hold on, I'm gonna go to it because I want Buddy to let us understand why he feels the way that he feels. I think it is important, Mike.
Oh, okay, I see the. Hold on.
Now I'm just gonna play it for the screen. So
let me hear.
So everybody,
I saw it. I saw that post, but I didn't actually listen to it though.
Gotta listen to it, man. I think it's important.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and hit the play button on this right here. So for those who are listening and not watching, lady was talking about the dude who played. Oh
my God, you guys make it so hard to be white. They're not building the Marvel Cinematic Universe with serial killers, people. Can we not fan cast serial killers? I think we have enough hot actors playing serial killers. We got Evan Peters, we got Zac Efron. Can we just leave Joe from You out of it? He's already Joe from You. Now you want him as Charles Manson? Can you white women chill the fuck out?
Hey, look, that'd be fire though.
Mike.
Well, this, yeah. All right.
Mike,
go ahead. Yeah.
Look, man, it's just confirming my point. And that way, say Evan Peters plays Jeffrey Dahmer and Zac Efron played Ted Bundy. Homie from You is already killing people, so now you want to make him Charles Manson.
He marking off.
Fam,
yeah.
White men have to be looking at these joints and being like, God,
Are they tired of being casted as serial killers?
I'm telling you,
is it doing something to their mental health?
White men should feel about serial killer movies how black people feel about slave movies. Because every time you turn around, it's a slave movie or a white dude killing somebody.
I don't think white people feel a certain way about being cast.
I know. I said they should.
How we feel about slave movies.
I said they should.
They should. They don't.
I said white men. Every time you turn around, it's like, God damn, why? And then for you, like again, he killing people for love. Did you see You yet on Netflix?
Yes.
Like he was beating his meat, watching the girl and shit. Why I gotta be that? Why? If I'm a white dude, I'm saying like, if I'm a white dude that care about how I'm looked at, I'm like, yo, where's the Mexican serial killer? How come Hector can't be one?
All right, look, so check it out. What if Leonardo DiCaprio get casted as like a serial killer?
See, that's different.
See? What if we get Leo?
That's different.
Out here Birkin.
See, that's different because a white dude that might turn somebody on. Like you see, the white girl is the one that's like, "Yo, get homie from you. He handsome. He's nice."
Yeah.
See that? Look, man, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a whole totally different thing. All right, but I also don't know if people will watch it.
I would
keep it like we would.
For sure, Leo killing people could be that.
I don't know, man. I don't know if people. I don't know, but I'm saying that white men.
Yes,
I'm just saying that white men should feel like, yo, stop making us serial killers. Can we get an Asian one? Can we get a Mexican serial killer? Let me ask you a question. Here's a great question for somebody that's Mexican. I hope this is not bordering the lines of racism because it's not supposed to be racist. It is supposed to be a stereotype conversation, though. Do Mexican people have movies where a Mexican man is a serial killer?
A serial killer? No.
I really want to know that.
No.
Like, I want to know. No, I'm talking about not necessarily like an English movie either. Like, I want to know if, like, in Mexico,
like a little indie film or something.
Yeah, or like, the shit, like, every country got their own shit. Like, Canada got their own Grammys, fam. The Juno Awards. They got their own shit. You go to Asia, you know what I'm saying? Chinese, Japanese movies, all that. I really want to know, though, if there's a movie in Mexico where Mexican is a serial killer. Because we ain't gonna never, ever see that here.
Yeah.
Or unless they Mexican and they don't say they Mexican. You say La Chupa Cabra. What's that? What the fuck is that?
That's a movie?
What, DG? Yeah, give us some context, fam. I don't even know what that is. Google that, Mike. What the fuck is that?
Wow.
Wow, what? Like, what is that? Like,
I see that as a restaurant.
See, man.
Is that a movie? It's a movie.
It is?
Let me see.
It's a movie?
I guess. No. It's not a movie.
Oh, it's just some shit in Seattle.
Chupacabras? What the fuck? Is this a cartoon? Animated? Like, what am I looking at right now?
You look like a bar, fam, in Seattle, fam. Come on, DG. You giving us a bar in Seattle, fam? Old Mexican wives' tales. No, we don't want wives' tales. No. We want a movie with John Leguizamo as a serial killer. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Who else Mexican? Oh, we do got one. Do we? Do we count? No, he wasn't Mexican. There Will Be Blood. Was he Mexican? Who? Wait, you seen the movie There Will Be Blood? No, not There Will Be Blood. No Country for Old Men. You ain't never seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one. Damn, man. No Country for Old Men. No, I haven't.
Mike. You have got to watch No Country for Old Men. That's your home. Bing.
All right. So
That's your homework
and speaking
assignment.
of homework, I gotta put 2 because I didn't get to watch Weird Science shit. So we're gonna
ain't get
start
a
the I
chance
challenge you. You
because
didn't get
of
a chance to
life.
listen to Rihanna, huh?
Because of
You
life,
didn't-
I didn't get a chance to
All
listen to
right,
Rihanna,
cool.
but I
So
got you.
so
But
the I challenge you, the I challenge segment starts next week officially.
fuck that. It starts now. It
All right,
starts today.
but I'm saying like it starts today, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
gonna
Just
talk
saying.
about it next
But
week.
you got to watch Weird Science
and
and No Country for Old Men.
Got it.
No Country for Old Men is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I mean, I'm all for a Tommy Lee
that
Jones.
damn man was a the Terminator fan, and you gotta watch that movie, fam. I guess that's your Mexican serial killer, and I don't mean like I mean like, have you ever seen the movie Stepfather?
Yes, I've seen Stepfather.
You see, like shit like that, fam.
Okay.
I need something like that. I need something like Stepfather. I need something like that. Like Mexican dude come in the house, hey babe, how you doing? And she do some shit he don't like, and then he smack her, and then her daughter like, you should leave him alone. And she like, I love him. And then she Googled some shit, and she found out that Hector killed about 15 people. You know what I'm saying? And he got away, and all she see now is Hector with a mustache on and everything. And now Hector like, you found me out, and now I gotta try to kill you, fam. But then she gets away, and like I need something like that, fam. I don't need it in like Mexican lore or anything like that. I need a regular Mexican dude who day job is a trader at Wall Street, but at night he be around here killing people.
Okay.
It does not have to be white people all the time doing these things. And to your credit, like I don't want to see Will Smith in a slave movie.
Facts.
I don't want to see Will Smith in a slave movie because of his accent. Because Concussion would have been good if it was a different actor, and he got nominated for an Oscar for that. But I wasn't trying to hear Will Smith with the African accent, fam.
Yeah.
You have a concussion, and like it was from time to time, you was like, man, I think he about to lose that accent. So now on Apple TV, he's gonna be in a whole ass movie where he probably get nominated for an Oscar and can't even go.
Yeah, I'm good on that one. I'm good
for
on that
Emancipation. I'm gonna watch it because it's Will Smith.
I'm assuming that he already filmed this before the Oscars.
Yeah, it was filmed before the slap. They was negotiating where that shit was gonna be seen, and then he slapped dude.
Okay. And
then they postponed it, and then they was like, "Fuck it, let's go ahead and throw it out there."
I want to see Will Smith as a serial killer. Yo, put the big name actors as serial. Give them something outside of their box.
That would be
Will Smith in a serial killer movie. I need Leo in a serial killer role. Give me that.
Denzel.
Hell yeah, I'm cool with that. I need to see the big name actors get these.
Denzel sneaking and shit, looking out your window and shit.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you got to put like a little twist on it. It got to be like a backstory to why they serial killers or why they killing. It can't just be like,
leave the white dudes alone, fam. Leave the white dudes alone. The white dudes got to be out.
If you a white dude, make sure it's Leo.
Unless it's Leo or Matt Damon.
Matt Damon or something like that. Yeah.
But Leo and Matt Damon, turn them into serial killers. But
yeah.
Let's see how good now. They play that shit too good, then we got to have a conversation about white men and serial killers. Yeah. But the reason why I brought it back up though, right?
Yeah.
Because I was talking about how white kids scare me sometimes if they're by themselves because of horror movies. Because of horror movies, not just because anything else, but Omen, really. Because you look at Omen, little boy by himself, he's just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just you dead. Like again, you dead. He's don't even run, fam. Like, fuck, man, what's wrong? He looked at me, fam, and what that mean? I'm going to die. I'm cursed. So I was watching Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Shouts out to Levi. Shouts out to Bugs too, because Bugs is a Nightmare on Elm Street lover like I am. And I just randomly, while I was working today, put on New Nightmare. Mm-hmm. And I noticed the kid, Miko Hughes, the little white boy in New Nightmare. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, don't nobody talk about him in Kindergarten Cop or any of those like nice, lovable movies he was in. They talk about Nightmare, the new Nightmare movie, and Pet Cemetery. He's a white kid. I know he had to been typecast after Pet Cemetery. He was like a baby when Pet Cemetery happened. He probably like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And if you, for those who don't know, we're talking about a Pet Cemetery. He's the kid who, when they moved into the house, he walked into the street and got hit by the 18-wheeler, and then his daddy buried him in the Pet Cemetery. Then he came back alive, and then the daddy from the Monsters, Herman Munster, he was like the lawyer. No, he wasn't the lawyer, but he was like the dude that lived out there and told them about the Pet Cemetery. But he's like, shit, I think I made a mistake. And then the little boy came up in the house and cut his Achilles. Like, here's fucked up shit, Mike, about horror movies that has messed me up for the rest of my life. Because of Pet Cemetery, I put my feet out when I'm sitting on like a bed or like, see the little futon right there?
Yeah.
I don't sit with my feet close to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Because of Pet Cemetery.
You ain't trying to get snatched.
And he cut dude Achilles. So it's always a nervousness of my Achilles being
slashed
by
somebody under the couch.
This
nigga's crazy.
Hey, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I'd be getting out the bed and I'd be like, shit.
Watch my Achilles.
That's my Achilles, fam. Because the little white boy, Miko Hughes, Pet Cemetery. I know I'm the only one.
So when you sit on the bed and you put your socks on, you pick your leg all the way up.
I pick my leg up. Yep, I put my leg up, G. I put my leg up. One, get up. I'm sorry. I have a phobia of what's under the bed only because Pet Cemetery. I don't have a phobia of monsters being under my bed. I have a phobia of my Achilles getting cut. That's it. Because of a white kid in Pet Cemetery.
That's a
I know I ain't the only one. I know I ain't the only one, Mike.
Interesting phobia.
I know I ain't the only one. Because when they redid Pet Cemetery, when they redid it, they did in the trailer, they made you re-image that part. Because as soon as he put his foot down in the trailer, first thing I said was, oh shit, they gonna cut his Achilles again. Mike, I did not watch the remake of Pet Cemetery. You want to know why? Because they redid that story. I want to see that man Achilles get cut again. Like, he stood up and then he had to fall because this shit was done. Sorry. Under that, I put my feet out. Fam. My feet is out. Because I do not want no 2-year-old. Come back, man.
This man, I have a heart attack if Liam crawling under the damn couch and grab his leg. Gee, oh my God.
I would shit on myself. If Liam or Landon crawled up under that futon and grabbed my leg, I'd shit on myself. I ain't even gonna front. I would scream because of Pet Cemetery. And who was in that movie? Miko Hughes. Miko Hughes is known for Pet Cemetery and Nightmare on Elm Street, the new Nightmare version of it. And he was the one that was being tormented by Freddy. Yeah. It's like, man, I know after those 2 movies, because he was a Kindergarten Cop, and he was in a couple of like Joe versus the Bear or something like that, like them heartwarming shits. But I know directors was like, this is a scary looking ass white boy. Do we got any horror movies that he could be in? Just be the weird ass kid. Yeah. After a while, I know buddy ass is like, no one, nah, fam. I'm not doing this scary movie shit no more. Like, come on, bro. Come on. But the flip side, the little boy from Soul Food. How come he couldn't have been? How come a black kid can't? I don't even know if a little black kid at 2 years old know to cut your Achilles. Oh no. But if Landon the light skinned one, fam. So if he
Please, y'all don't let
man,
me
come
have.
him Miriam, what's wrong with you, man? You tried to cut my Achilles. I'm sorry, fam. Pet Cemetery is the reason why I don't like my feet by the opening of the bed. No, I will put my feet on the bed rail, fam.
This man gonna fling Liam across the room if
Kick
he
the
go to hold his leg.
kick the shit out of Liam. Bow.
Oh
Man,
man.
what you do that? Man, you tried to cut my Achilles. What? How? Well, I watched Pet Cemetery last night.
Yeah.
Start watching that shit. So yeah, nah. He was in Spawn too. He was in Spawn too. So that's another one. He all like the good scary movie shit.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Kindergarten Cop. Only thing we talk about with the kids in Kindergarten Cop when them kids said the girls have penises and boys have vaginas and they said it wrong. That's it. I don't talk about the heartwarmingness of this little ass boy.
Yeah.
Because he cut niggas' Achilles in Pet Cemetery. Oh, I'm straight.
Stupid.
I'm straight, man. Hey, man, I'm moving on. Matter of fact, let's get to the Draymond Green stuff right now. For those who on the rock, man, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole of the Golden State Warriors had reportedly got into a fight in practice. And they said the Golden State Warriors had said that they were handling an outs. All right, cool. Bet. But what happened is something that I don't think has ever happened in NBA history. This was unprecedented. Where the tape got out. And the tape got out and it made it a lot worse than what we thought. See, when we think of NBA fights, we think of scuffles. We think of scratches and grabbing and let me hit them. We don't think of what we saw with Draymond Green. Looks like they was going back and forth. Draymond Green went towards the back. Jordan Poole was right there underneath the ring. What happened from there is, I guess Jordan Poole said something. Draymond Green walked up, said something to him. Jordan Poole pushes him, and Draymond Green steps back and leaped his ass and caught him on the way down. Your thoughts, Mike?
When I first saw the video, I had to watch it a few times to make sure I saw what I saw.
How many times you watched? Because I watched that shit like
when I saw it and I posted. First off, I posted it in the group and then I watched it. No. I watched it and posted it in the group because I said Draymond was bogus. So I had to post it in the group. That's what I said. Draymond was bogus. So I watched it first quickly, then I posted it in the group. Then I watched it again. It was tough. It was tough to watch, bro. But I watched it a few times because I wanted to see if I could get something different out of it, because like you said, when you hear about scuffles and guys telling their war stories about, what goes on in practice and, fights happen all the time amongst teammates. When I hear things like that, I imagine it being 5-on-5s and me and you under the rim trying to go up for the rebound, and we both get the jump ball and I snatch the ball from you and then you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the fuck you on? And we get head up with each other, we push each other, and then we wrestle a little bit, Them the kind of scuffles amongst teammates that I imagine. So when I hear those kind of stories about, and Coach Moses is in here. Shout out to Coach Moses. He's a basketball coach. Now, Coach, if you have any type of story,
I really want to know.
I would love to hear something of that nature.
He's played basketball his whole adult life.
Yeah, so
I want to know Coach Moses stuff.
But that's what I imagine, and that's what I think of when I hear about scuffles and teams, fighting amongst themselves. What I got out of that video right there was something that was built up prior to that moment.
Yeah.
And it just, Draymond wanted to take that man out. It wasn't no fighting. There was no intentions of a fight.
There was knock him out.
There was never gonna be a fight. It's one thing to be like, to walk up on him and say, hey, yo, what's good? Like, let's get down. Like, come on. Draymond never intended on fighting that man. And for that, I can't fuck with Draymond on that shit, Joe. I don't know what was said. No. I'm just want to hear me out. Draymond had every right to lean in on him. Jordan Poole should have had his hands up. And at that moment, that's what Draymond, that's what Jordan Poole fucked up. He should have had his hands up. But obviously, Draymond had it was ill will behind that punch, bro. And ain't no coming back from that shit. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no like we dap up, you know what I'm saying, and we cool. That's not that kind of scrap. That's like me and you having a war of words on the pod, you know what I'm saying, because we having a disagreement. That's cool. But if I was on this pod right here and I called you a bitch ass nigga on this pod, it's different. That's
first of all, say bitch, we have
first of all, pod over. We have never pod again. And on top of that, we gotta fight.
We gotta fight.
That's not.
So you're like, bang, you a bitch. Oh,
one
see,
thing about
God,
me.
I gotta go to Maywood.
It's one thing for me and you to have a disagreement on the pod and we arguing back and forth and it could get a little heated, but at the end of the day, we still using our words respectfully and we just respectfully disagreeing with one another.
Yeah.
That man leaned in on. If I'm calling you a bitch on this pod right here, bro, I know for a fact ain't no coming back from that shit. I know, or vice versa. One or the other. It don't matter.
Hey.
I know it ain't no coming back from that, bro. I'm not gonna respect you anymore. You're not gonna respect me anymore. I want to fight you, like for real. And Jordan Poole still might want to fight that man because he might want to get a fair one. But at the end of the day, when Draymond linked in on that man, knowing goddamn well Jordan Poole wasn't ready to defend himself, bro, all bets is off, bro. Me and you can't be on the same court with each other. I can't be on the court with you, fam. So Golden State, figure it out. You either trade me or him, because I ain't coming to work. And if I do come to work, I'm getting mine back on him.
I see both sides, Mike. So, I see both sides. I'm not mad at your take. I see both sides.
Yeah. But that's what I got out of it, though, in a nutshell. Jordan Poole should have had his hands up, though.
To me, we will never know what was said.
Yeah.
Between them, because we only see video. We don't have audio. We get reports. Draymond loved calling people bitches.
Oh yeah,
I've learned that he reportedly called KD a bitch.
And that he
reportedly called LeBron a bitch.
I can hear Draymond calling Jordan Poole a bitch. Bro.
I can hear him calling Jordan Poole a bitch. That's his favorite word. And just off that alone, if the term bitch is used towards me, we have to fight. That is what it is. Like I when I was with my ex-girlfriend who's white, she jokingly called me a bitch. And I said, hey, She's like, what? I said, no, you don't call me that. We don't do that. And if any black dude allowed you to do that, he was lame as hell. Like, we don't throw that word around. Like you can do that with your girls. But you can't call another black man a bitch and him not get mad. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm just letting you know. And she still didn't get it. And I was like, you know what? Let me explain it to you like this. If your girl called you a bitch, would you get mad? No, because I know she probably, yeah. But if your girl called you a cunt, how would you feel? Oh, I'm whooping her ass. So that's how we are when it comes to the word bitch. How you feel about the word cunt is how black men feel about the word bitch. And black women in general too, depending on how you say it. But if you call a black woman a cunt, she's probably going to laugh at you like, bitch, what is that? Now, he's very loose with that word. We've seen it with, like I said, reportedly LeBron James and KD. So let's get that out the way right now. Now, he did not have to get in Jordan Poole's face unless Jordan said some shit out of pocket. So, with that, he walks up in Jordan's face and Jordan pushes him.
Yeah.
I think Jordan didn't think he was going to get punched.
There you go.
Because that's his teammate.
Yep, there you go.
But Jordan, let me give you a word of advice which when you got your ass linked, you probably learned it. If you push a man out your face and he don't like you at this moment, prepare for everything.
Yep.
Jordan Poole made the mistake of not being prepared for everything. I don't care. Me and my brother, the same brother that I told y'all to pray for, me and him had an argument and he went left. And I told him, I will beat your ass, but I won't because you my little brother. I am 13 years older than him. He got to talking tough and he was like, man, I've been always wanting to give you one. And I was like, I brushed him off. Because I didn't think my brother had the heart of swinging on me. Mike, my brother, who I am 13 years older than, cocked back and gave me one. Yum. And I was what? And DG might remember this because I came to work with a black eye. It's the first black eye I ever got. And it was by my brother. But I ate the punch. I took it, boom. And I said, what the fuck? And my father was right there too. And you should have seen the look on my father's face. His whole face turned white. My best friend was there. He said, oh shit, Miriam's upstairs. And she said, I hope that boy didn't do what I think he did. And I said, you just do that. Boy, I should kill you. And he instantly knew he made a mistake. And I picked his ass up, threw him on the ground. I cocked back, but I didn't punch him in the face. I gave him rib shots. And my daddy was like, no, stop it. No, don't kill him. No, don't kill him. And the like to give context, the next day, and I talked about it on the show before, the next day was King Louis' rooftop party. And I had a black eye at that bitch. I was mad as hell because I've never gotten a black eye before. But it's a little bit of honor because it came from my little brother.
There you go.
But I told my brother, because he was scared, fam. He not look my way. I said, now come here. He's like, shit. I said, you don't know when it's coming. But I'm going to get your ass one day. I'm just going to steal off your ass.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Wait.
Go ahead.
Why did he punch you again?
We had an argument.
Okay.
And my little brother's a hothead.
Okay.
And he got hot that day.
Did you say something to him? What did you say? Did you provoke him in any way?
No. I didn't provoke him. But what I did, the mistake that I made, which may have been missed because you like, damn, Bang got punched in his face. Shit. The thing that might have been missed, Mike, which I'll re-explain, is that I allowed him to walk in my face. And I didn't protect myself because I assumed my little brother did not have the heart to punch me. And he did. That's my fault.
Yeah.
That right there is my fault. And I know on the street that would never happen. I would never allow somebody to walk in my face and talk shit. Because if you walk in my face like that, you have to get moved out the way. Either you getting punched or you getting pushed. But if I push you, or even if I punch or push you, I have to be prepared for what happens next. Right. Jordan Poole pushed that man and was not prepared for anything else afterwards, probably because he thought it was his teammate and he was safe. I am sorry. I don't care who you are. That was my little brother who did that. And if my little brother can do that, hell yeah, I expect if we were on a team, if I did that to you, if I pushed you, I expect you to push me back or still off me. I expect that. Will it happen? I don't know. but I'm going to protect myself. And Jordan Poole didn't protect himself. That's on him. Now, here's the other part about this. And here's, I think, because some people take this part for granted, or they're like, nah, that still shouldn't matter, and all of those things. And I'm not condoning anything. First of all, I am not condoning anything that Draymond Green did. But what I'm saying is that this happens in locker rooms more than we know, more than we see. Like I said, this is the first time in NBA history I've ever seen a tape of a practice fight. We barely see tapes of practices with people. Like, I give you a perfect example. Jimmy Butler, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they said that when Jimmy Butler was in Minnesota, he took 4 bench players and beat the shit out of Karl Anthony Towns in the starting lineup for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Did we see tape of that?
Nah, but I need to see it though.
We need to see it, but did we see tape of Jimmy Butler whooping their ass?
But see, that's the thing though. But see, like you said, this is not a fight. It wasn't a fight.
No.
I don't even consider what Draymond did to Jordan Poole a fight.
Wait a minute. That's what I say. Hear me out. It's not a fight because we rarely see in NBA somebody get linked, fam.
Because it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
So,
and this needed to be brought to the light because it was fucked up.
No, it was not fucked up. It was that boy didn't protect himself. I'm not saying what Draymond Green did wasn't wrong, but it wasn't fucked up. Because if we was anywhere else and somebody pushed you, you probably doing the same thing that Draymond Green did.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If Jordan Poole, in that moment, when Draymond Green walks up to him and chest bump him and Jordan Poole pushes him back and Jordan Poole get his hands up, and then is the outcome different? Does Draymond actually wait? Does Draymond go in for the swing, or do we get a scuffle at this point?
We get a scuffle.
Now, do we see the scuffle though?
No. And you know why you don't? And I'm gonna get to the point about that part right there. But again, Jordan Poole didn't protect himself. Draymond Green should not have done that. He the OG of the team. But Jordan Poole, I'm saying as a man, if somebody walks in your face and you push him, you have to be prepared for everything else. I don't care who it is. Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr. If Michael Jordan walked in Steve Kerr's face, like more than likely it happened. And Steve Kerr said, Mike, get off of me. Ugh. And he didn't protect himself when Mike stole off his ass. That's on Steve. That ain't on Mike. Because Mike reacted to what you reacted to. Now, if Mike just went to Steve Kerr and was like, yum, that's a whole different story. That wasn't this. Draymond Green didn't walk up to Jordan Poole and was like, you on bullshit. No, they had a whole argument. He walked in his face. Jordan Poole decides to punch him. Then he linked his ass and caught him on the way down. He could have let his ass fall. Fuck up his knee on the way down. Hit his head on the way down. He didn't. He hit him and showed him compassion right afterwards. Now, what I was getting to is this happens a lot. If you've ever played organized sports, it's the one thing that's very underrated about this situation that ain't nobody talking about is money and testosterone. Y'all are preparing to defend a title. That's what you're doing. You're also looking, both of y'all are also looking to get paid. You have your personal and your professional shit at stake this season. Mm-hmm. Jordan Poole is growing into a leader on the team. So he probably feel like, yo, I can say some shit. I can say things now. And Draymond ass probably like, man, get your ass. You not even Clay yet. G, sit your ass over there. Young and older too, at that. It's a lot of testosterone in these locker rooms, G. It's a lot of ego and testosterone. And when you are preparing to for this season, there's a lot of that going around. Fam, I guarantee. Now, I'm not saying somebody got linked like Jordan Poole did, but I can damn near guarantee it was worse fights than what we saw right there. Fam, matter of fact, just this year in practice with the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals, there was a fight between teams, and Aaron Donald, his swole ass swinging helmets. And the first, he should get suspended. And the Rams is like, no, that's practice shit. Because it's going to happen. It's just that we never had the luxury of seeing the tape until to this week or last week. And that's what's bad about it. Is because we don't need access to everything.
Yeah.
We don't need in practice unless it's some last dance shit. And I guarantee it's a lot of shit that got left on the cutting room floor of the last dance if they follow them in practice and shit. I know there's a lot of shit that Mike was like,
can't use that.
Can't use that, man. No. Imagine some of the shit that probably went on in that lot up in that doggone them practices. Nah, fam, we can't put this out there. Go ahead, cut that. Go ahead, cut that. Damn, I was talking too much shit right there. Go ahead, cut that. It's whoever sold that knew that was gonna be money. That's why they sold that shit. They reportedly sold that tape for $100,000.
Damn. Was it worth it? Because you're probably gonna lose your job, buddy.
That shit was sold for money, and my ain't sell that tape. Just be like, Jordan Poole was wronged. No, they ain't do that shit unless Jordan Poole probably was like, man, you know what? I got to get this out here, which would make him more of a bitch if that happened. So I don't want to say that to Jordan Poole. So I think it was just an overzealous person who knew they had money right there, sold that shit to TMZ, and then we got it a day later.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, on football fields, baseball fields, basketball fields, soccer fields, somebody that got their ass linked, we ain't gonna see the video because it's not meant for us to see that.
Yeah,
it's not meant for. It was not meant for us to see that fight. Now again, I'm not saying that Draymond Green was right. He was clearly wrong. But Jordan Poole got to protect himself, fam. You can't push nobody and think, all you're just going to do at the most is push me back. No. Even if you play fight, Mike, we could be play fighting right now. And I just playfully push you. And if you I'm going to be prepared for you to push me. So I'm probably going to grab you and put you in the hold before you even do it.
Yeah.
Because he ain't about to get the jump on me. And we playing around. Jordan Poole pushed that man and thought it was sweet. Got his ass linked. And then had a good preseason game after that. Because he did the little behind the back thing and did the layup.
Yeah.
That's it. It's embarrassing. Now, what it is, though, for Jordan Poole, it's very embarrassing to see your ass get linked on camera in this era. Because everybody makes memes of that shit. And that right there is the only reason, other than just getting linked in general, they got to fight. Now, that I will say. Draymond Green and Jordan Poole has to do what the big three and Big Baby said that Rajon Rondo and Ray Allen did when they got into it. They got to put on the gloves. They got to fight. They got to shoot the fair one. Because I said all of that shit, but at the end of the day, if you lean me like that, you damn right. It ain't over until we fight. And you're going to have to whoop my ass again. But you going to feel my punch. But no, you cannot punch me like that, Mike. I told my little brother, it's technically not over, fam. I'm going to punch you one day. You don't know.
So you still haven't got that.
I still ain't got him yet. It's going to come, though.
When was this? When was that?
This was like 2012, 2013.
That was.
Give up Mike.
10 years ago?
Mike.
You supposed to get that lick back, bro.
No, because I'm also I want to wait till you get a little bit older. Because I can't be hitting a goddamn 17-year-old in the face. I'm going to jail.
It's your brother.
I understand that. But the way he hit me, I gotta hit him back.
You should have linked him
Like
5 years
that.
ago. You can't lead him now.
Nah. Yes, I can.
So you go step.
Yes, I can, nigga. Nah.
You wow.
What you hit me for? Remember? Oh, yeah, you right. But no, you gotta shoot the fair one. You gotta fight. And every NBA player I saw all said the same thing. Nah, fam, you can't come back from that. It'll be on forever.
So that's my question. So that's what I said. I in my opinion, if I'm Jordan Poole, fuck this nigga, dog.
Oh, it's fucking
good. I'm good on being on the court with him, in the locker room with him. The only time I want to see this nigga now is across the league on
we
another
professionals.
jersey.
Nah, we professionals.
We professionals, but like you said, though, it's different if the video didn't come out with the video.
No, hear me out.
My man is a walking joke now.
No. Hear me out, Mike, because I didn't even finish it. So just hear me out. Because you brought back my little brother again.
Sorry.
So let me finish it.
But let that shit go though.
Nah, because if I gotta let that shit go, Jordan Poole gotta let it go. Here's the thing. They're professionals at the end of the day. Go get the job done. Go get the job done.
Man, bro.
Because we make too much money not to. Now, at the same time, though, I'm talking to my agent and being like, how do I play this? And my agent is probably going to say, hey, man, look, you can't publicly ask for a trade because then you look like even more of a bitch. Because you got stole off of, and then you asking to leave. Because then you making it seem like you in an unsafe working environment. Like you ain't safe. You feel like he gonna beat you up.
Don't dap me up, Draymond, if I score, bro. None of that
but
shit,
dog.
Right,
but we not talking.
Bro.
Don't try to high five me.
Bro.
If you say something to me, it better be about, hey man, guard, boom, this is what we're gonna do. Let's talk about the play.
Matter of fact, fam, whatever you gotta say to me, relay that shit to Steph, and he'll tell me, goddamn.
But we have to fight. But the only way it's gonna be fixed is if we fight. We gotta fight. That's it. Now, once we fight, after the fight is over with, whether I lose or not, it's cool. Water under the bridge, let's go. Because that's me. If it gets to that point where it's that deep, let's just fight and get it over with. I had an argument with somebody because of some shit that happened in the past, and I told him over the phone, hey, here's my address. If you feeling like that, we could go in the backyard and fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you bad? No. At a certain point, we can't be just going back and forth and arguing. Yeah. We just got to fight. If you're not going to fight, stop talking the way that you're talking. So Jordan Poole can't be so at the same time, Jordan Poole can't be fuck you this and that and all that stuff because all that shit is just built up anger in him because he got stole off of. No. Steph, Clay, whoever else is Steve Kerr, all the leaders got to pull him to the side and be like, hey, what is it going to take for y'all to get over this?
Yeah.
Draymond is probably going to say, I'm over it now because he linked them. Jordan Poole can't say, I'm good. No. I just got linked and the whole world saw it. I don't know which one of y'all employees leaked this shit, but I'm mad at y'all niggas too. But me and him got to fight.
Hey.
Go get the gloves. We going in there. You talking all that Saginaw, Michigan shit? Bring that shit to the ring. We fighting. You time it. 3 3-minute rounds. Give us 3 rounds. 3 3-minute rounds. Afterwards, that's cool. We good. It's out my system. But that's what has to happen. Don't think if I'm Jordan Poole, don't think I could get stole off of that way. It be seen in the world. Mark's making memes. I shared the Menace to Society one. Yeah. Don't think you gonna do all of this and we can't shoot the fair one. It's the same thing with Chris Rock. I said the same thing with Chris Rock too. Chris Rock got to fight Will Smith. We have to fight. Then once we fight and I beat your ass, I don't care about a meme. I don't care about none of that shit. Because I just beat your ass when it was one-on-one, fair one. You can't catch me off guard. I just beat your ass. The memes don't matter to me no more. Because now you know what it is. You know you can't come up in my face like that. You know you're going to get your ass beat if you walk over to me. But you also know that now is a fair one, so you can't even be getting mad because you not only you got your lick, but I got my shit back. He has to get his lick back.
Milwaukee niggas mound up. Jordan Poole, get that lick back, bro.
Wait a minute, Jordan Poole from Milwaukee?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, him and Kevon Looney.
No, they ain't.
Yeah,
Jordan Poole better not be from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Nah, man. If Jordan Poole from Milwaukee, I'm even more mad at him.
Damn, Jordan Poole from Milwaukee.
Let me see. Yes, he is. I am so mad at him. Oh, man. Nah, he had to move or something. He with the King?
King High School, bro.
Oh,
yeah, indeed. Get that lick back, Jordan. Get that lick back.
Jordan Poole was born in Milwaukee.
My man's didn't have his hands up.
And went to King and did not put his hands up.
And didn't have his hands up. He wasn't ready.
That make it even more like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But that's to your point and to my exact thoughts is that when he pushed Draymond off him, bro, he wasn't, he didn't know it was finna go down like that.
Nah, G.
He didn't know it was going down like that.
Gee, he wild for that.
Jordan Poole probably never been in a fight in his life.
He went to King, fam. He seen him.
He probably never been in a fight in his life.
He went to King High School, Rufus King High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, bro.
He seen enough.
Hey.
Nah, G.
Hey.
That make me even more mad at Jordan Poole. He knew better than that. He went to King. He went to King in Milwaukee. He knew better than that.
Hey, J Poke, listen to the pod. He also sends his prayers as well.
Thank you.
My cousin from Milwaukee. Hey, let me know. Are they fighting up at King? Did Jordan Poole got his fights?
I don't know about him fighting.
No, J Poke listen to the pod. I want to get the word. I'm gonna get the word.
I don't know about him specifically fighting. What I'm saying is at King High School.
Of course they get down, but
they getting down. I know that.
What's the word on Jordan Poole though, J Poke?
Nah,
what's the word on Jordan
he
Poole?
Wild.
Like, how was he back in the day, bro?
He wild for that, fam.
Yeah.
He's supposed he's supposed, but no.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole got to fight.
Yeah,
he got to fight him. They got to shoot the fair one. They got to do the Rondo Ray Allen. That's what has to happen. You do that for me. I just say for me. I do that. I get that out my system. We can move on. Even if I get my ass beat, I can move on. Because at the end of the day, you caught me off guard, so to speak. Even though I shouldn't have been, you caught me off guard. All right, cool. Now you in the position you can't catch me off guard. But that right there for me, if I'm ever into it with somebody, I will literally tell you if it gets to a point, you know what? Let's just fight it out. Because it's going to get to a point where we yelling at each other so much that we going to have to fight. I use you and Mike Webb, for an example. Y'all got into a situation. Y'all handled it. Y'all niggas.
And that was a situation where like he walked up on me now, and soon as he got in my airspace, soon as he got there, and but in that sense he was drunk, but he got in my space, and I linked him. But to his defense, I thought it was kind of like I was on some like, yeah, he down. You know what I'm saying? So I had my hands down, and then he
linked you.
And then bingo! Got the scuffling.
That's it right there. Like, but y'all took care of what y'all had to take care of amongst each other. For me, I ain't gonna front. If we do that and we handle what we have to handle, that makes the bond stronger for me. Me and my cousin got into it at the house picnic. He stole me. I threw him in the car window. In the passenger side window, through his back. I ain't throw him head first, but I pushed him into a passenger side window.
Shattered window.
Shattered window. Shit was like, shing. We was like, oh shit, gotta get the fuck from over here.
Oh my god.
But we stayed, but we handled enough with what we needed to handle. And that's my brother forever. Sometimes when you do fight head up with somebody that you do have respect for, may have lost it because he linked you, but that's the way to get the respect back. And Jordan Poole probably got to get his respect back from Draymond, because Draymond can do all the apologies all you want to. At the end of the day, in the back of his head, he like, man, I just linked Jordan Poole ass. He know at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I got to do all these apologizing, but he know not to say no dumb shit like that again.
Facts.
So no, I believe that those two have to fight. Give them the gloves. Put the headgear on if you want to, but let them fight it out. And I think once they fight it out, give them the parameters. But once they fight it out, I think the bond between them two would be stronger than ever. But Jordan Poole has to come out on top, or at least do enough to where Draymond is like, my bad, little homie. My bad, little homie. I shouldn't have done that. I got my ass whooped by somebody older than me that I ain't had no business fighting.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the pod. Dude whooped my ass. He hit me in the head with a lock and everything.
Yeah.
Neighbors had to call my folks like, yo, your son just got his ass beat. And the next time I saw Buddy, I was like, fuck. I don't feel like fighting this dude again. This nigga's bigger than me. And he looked at me and he was like, you got heart, little homie.
Yeah.
You good. You got heart. He ain't mess with me ever again. He told them not to mess with me. My ass fucking 12 years old, ain't have no business stealing off a 16-year-old. I did and paid for it. But because I fought him back, like, you know what? Is what it is. I have to show him I ain't no bitch. Jordan Poole got to show Draymond Green at the end of the day he ain't no bitch. He can still on the low be like, you know what, move me and all of that shit, but he still got to fight that dude. If he get traded and he don't fight that dude, that whole team gonna like, even the dudes that he cool with gonna be like, you know what? I mean, that's my man, but he had his ass beat by Draymond Green and he didn't really do shit. So no, he got to shoot that fair one, man. That is what it is. And if he don't, that's an issue amongst itself. Yeah. But whoever leaked that tape, man, like is on some whole shit. And I think that if the fight don't happen, if they don't do the manly way of making up, I think it can hurt the championship chances of the Golden State Warriors. And I think the Clippers is the team. I think the Clippers is the team that's going to come out the West anyway. And we'll talk about that like next week when we do the NBA pod too.
And also know that when a report comes out and says that Draymond and Jordan Poole have handled their problems, you know what I'm saying, like they talked it out, that means they fought. So we can just wait for that report.
There you go. Say that again.
Because when you hear a report that comes out, it says that Draymond and Jordan Poole have talked and worked out their differences, that means they actually did fight.
Yep.
So we're not gonna get a story saying they fought, but real niggas know.
Yep.
They talk, they worked out their differences. That means they shot the film.
There you go. The end.
The end.
The end.
So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
And if Jordan Poole gets traded, we know who lost.
Yeah.
It is what it is on that one. Yeah. The shift gears real quick to go into the NFL. Roughing the passer. We had a roughing the passer call. And two roughing the passer calls this weekend that caused a little bit of controversy. This ain't got to be long, but my question to you is looking at Chris Jones last night and then Grady Jarrett for the Atlanta Falcons against Tom Brady too. That's the other part.
Yeah.
It was against Tom Brady, so you already know how that is.
Yeah.
Right there. Do you think the NFL has to do something with this roughing the passer call?
Absolutely.
Or is it just refs reacting to the Tua shit and scared?
It could be a mixture of both, but at the end of the day, these are professional referees, bro. So if we already had heard the reports that the referees were going to be tighter on protecting the quarterback and you know what I'm saying, making sure that they call get that call right, the unnecessary roughness on the quarterbacks by protecting the quarterbacks. But we also have to protect the defensive players as well, like, because these guys are out here making great plays, and you can see the effort in defensive players in the way that they're, going about making hits on players. They making sure you can see like cornerbacks leaning in with the shoulders, making sure they're not going in with the helmet first. The refs need to be really on this. I was just watching football with my brother the other day, and I always wondered, like, yo, how the hell do refs not miss holding calls? Like, they're gonna always catch a holding call. They're gonna always catch the little shit that you don't think that a referee would be able to see. So you gotta be able to call this both ways, man. Like, you gotta be able to call it the right way. Like, the one yesterday, both of them, the Tom Brady shit and the one on Derek Carr yesterday was horrible. The one on Derek Carr was even worse.
Yeah.
Because the man had the football in his hands.
And
he's up. How do you even call that call? Like, that makes no sense. My man is still up with the football, like about to make a football move, and he gets tackled, and you call unnecessary roughness. That is horrible. I think at the end of the day, the refs need to just get together, and they need to just buckle down and get tighter on this, like making sure that we are calling this the right way. I don't think it's really nothing else that needs to be done with this. Just call the shit right, bro. Just call the shit right. Look at these two plays and fix it. That's all I really got on that, fam. Like, just get the shit right, bro. The refs getting paid plenty of money, man. These guys are professionals. 10 plus years, guys, out here refereeing football games, and y'all still can't get this right. And no, I don't think they need to bring no review in or nothing like that, bro. I think this shit you're right there on top of the play. Like, it's plenty of y'all out there. There's referees behind, the line, they're in front of the line, they're on the side. Like, it's enough guys out here to get these calls right. And if a ref sees it, they need to and know they disagree with the call, with the ref who made the call, bro. Wave them arms. Say, no. Huddle up and say, no, that wasn't that. Like, horrible, bro. Horrible. It could cost teams later on down the line, fam, in certain situations of the game. It just cost the Atlanta Falcons. So we can't have it.
It cost them dearly.
Dearly. Like,
because this is a team who Tom Brady is undefeated against.
Yep.
2. So it's like, man, and it's a young team as well. So to get a win against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it would have been great for that team.
But having to take an L off a call like that, it does something to your team as well. It could do something to, to your mindset going forward, and it could change the way you go out there and play the game, bro. When you could just go out there and make great football plays, but now you gotta, worry about not hurting the quarterback. Obviously, yeah, we don't want to hurt anybody, but I mean, I really have seen players go out here and they've done good jobs on the defensive side of the ball by making certain plays without having to like be egregious and leaning in with helmets and like, all that shit like that. So,
like, really at this point,
I think the defensive players are doing a good job at that, and the refs need to, award these defensive players by not calling that bullshit. But go ahead.
Like, at the end of the day, if this is what you're gonna do, you have to really change the rules. And one of the things, in my opinion, one of the things that just may help is if you don't want them to do certain things with the quarterback, toss it to the ground and all of that, that's cool. But if I go grab this quarterback, I grab him for his arms, you better blow that whistle.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing too. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to blow the whistle against the quarterback when their momentum has been stopped.
Yeah.
No, go in and take care of that right now. Blow that whistle as soon as I grab him. Because if you don't blow that whistle, I'm putting him down on the ground.
Yeah. I
think that might help some things right there. So that's what I think on that. I think that they are I'm not worried about how the fans think about this and all of that. I just think that when you call these penalties, the way that you call these penalties, you do 2 things. One, you mess with the health and safety of the offensive linemen as well. you mess them up too.
Yeah.
Because if I try to stop or try to do something unnatural to make sure this other person ain't hurt, I might eventually hurt myself.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't want.
Yeah.
That's one. Two is you are making things extra safe for the quarterback, but not for nobody else.
Yep.
And that's the other part about that too. Like if I'm a wide receiver, if I'm a running back, I get thrown around. If I'm a tight end and I catch the ball because I'm bigger than, he's bigger than everybody else, I gotta chop him at the legs. And I might fuck around and end somebody's season. Or if I do it worse, I might end somebody's career.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all of those things right there, and I'm the quarterback and I'm safe, but everybody else ain't. You calling that penalty quick as hell because he a quarterback, but the same shit happened to me, and you don't give me that same? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, like I understand who the quarterback is and all of that stuff, but you got to give me the same respect that you give everybody else.
And I don't think it's hard. Like I mean, I'm not a referee, but what I'm saying is that they get these other calls correct. They ain't gonna never miss a holding call. They ain't gonna never miss pass interference. Well, that's a hit or miss call. But they ain't gonna miss illegal formation, illegal shift, 12 man on the field. Y'all be right on top of that shit. Like y'all right on top of these two, fam. I don't think it's that hard to get this shit right, bro. The Derek Carr shit was horrible. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've never seen a defensive player get called for unnecessary roughness on a quarterback, and the quarterback was still in a position. Derek Carr looked like he was about to make a throw or run with the ball, bro. And the man was tackled, and they called unnecessary roughness. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's
nothing. I've never seen nothing like it.
That's wild as hell to me too. So,
and I don't think that has anything to do with Tua. I just think that's just whatever the rule is they trying to imply with the refs as far as being tighter on this. I think they're just being overprotective right now of the quarterbacks. Overprotective. It's unnecessary, bro. These quarterbacks are grown. They football players, man. Look, if you see the unnecessary roughness, we know what unnecessary roughness is.
Yeah.
Call it, bro. Call it.
And that definitely ain't it right there.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, the bump that was heard all around the NFL last night after the close 30-29 game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams was walking up the ramp. I think a camera guy, something like that, kind of ran in his way. And it, at first glance, it looked like he pushed him. Like he just get the fuck up out my way type push. Like he's mad. He just lost. But I saw the camera shot today where it looked like he basically was protecting himself in everything. But, from what you've seen, do you think Devontae Adams should see some type of fine or suspension?
For the sake of my other fantasy team, please don't suspend him. But I don't know, bro. It looked like a get the fuck out my way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got to look at the one that's a little bit closer to the field.
I think I saw a couple angles
where it was basically like, if I walked in front of you, you probably extend your hands.
Yeah.
And since I might extend, and since I'm bigger than you, if it was me, since I'm much bigger than you, you might fall.
I feel like Devontae Adams had tunnel vision, and whoever stepped in front of him, he would have gave him a little get the fuck out my way.
Basically.
So I don't think he actually saw him as a cameraman. It was look, move, get the fuck out my way. I think
I get out my way, not like a get the fuck up out my way. He stopped and looked at him, was like, hey, let me take your picture.
It was it was, I don't know, it's tough to call, but from the angle that I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I kind of see a little difference from, you know what I'm saying, the regular angle that everybody's showing, but I don't know. He's probably gonna get suspended. I mean, he probably get fined for sure. And I think he kind of fucked up because he got on Twitter and apologized. But suspended, we'll see though. But yeah, it's just that guy was just in the wrong place at the wrong time,
Wrong
dog.
place at the wrong time. But I honor the man's commitment because he wouldn't file the police report and that thing, and I would have did the same thing too. I was so frustrated. Push me.
I want 150,000.
Nigga, I want, man. At this point right now, just give me 20K a signed jersey and some tickets. And we call it a day. Like I ain't gonna hurt your pockets, but I know what you just signed.
Sell it.
Just give me 25, some tickets, and a jersey, and we good. and Devontae got to honor that shit too. Like, you know, some shit I look at and be like, you know what? I honor the finesse. I ain't even gonna be mad.
And what's up with that? Like the football players are interacting with these. Well, that's a camera guy, so he works for.
Yeah, he was working. He was.
Yeah, but these other guys out here running on the field with the smoke screen shit. You know,
you gotta.
I can't believe
security
still hasn't gotten this right.
Hey man, now that dude and shit, he should get his ass beat. Like
Keyshawn said he would have laid down. That's funny as hell. Yeah, I probably would have laid that too. Goddamn it, I would have sold the fuck out of that shit. My man, camera guy, got up quick. He got up and was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it'll work.
He can't say he hurt. Goddamn it, like he got right up. It wasn't no like big injury to him or nothing like that.
No, I gotta go to work. That's it. That's all. What else before we get that? Oh, want to revisit this NBA 75 list real quick. I don't know if you saw Dwight Howard and all of the smoke, but he said some shit on here. He said some shit on there, him and Steven Jackson, where I was like, that's the shit that we was talking about. You know, as we all know, Dwight Howard is not on the list. For some reason, I don't necessarily agree with that, but Dwight Howard is not on the list. But they were bringing up names of people that are on the list that probably should not be on there, especially since they're old. Shouts out to Smitty Harrison, who, you know, we know how he feels about some of these old white dudes. But they brought up somebody who I brought up too.
Yeah.
Dolph Shays.
Okay.
Dolph Shays. And this is like, you know, if Dwight Howard deserves to be on the list before somebody, he definitely deserves to be on that list before Dolph Shays.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know who Dolph Shays is, he's definitely an old timer. Played for the Syracuse Nationals, for the majority of his career. Who I think the Syracuse Nationals end up turning into the Philadelphia 76ers because the Philadelphia Warriors turned into the Golden State Warriors. He ended his career with scoring 18.5 a game and 12.1 rebounds a game, but this was in the late 40s and early 50s.
All right, so he was out there playing against, car salesmen and shit like that.
See, there we go, man. Plumbers.
Playing against plumbers and mechanics.
Right. But does Dwight Howard has a point? Because we have folks like Hal Greer, Dolph Shays, who Bob Cousy, if you want to take the that route again, Dave the Busher, Jerry Lucas. We have a lot of these old timers. George Mikan was the first big man in the NBA, but Bill Sharman. We have some of these people who are older, Bob Pettit, who are on this list. And I know why they being put on this list, because these are the forefathers in the NBA, Paul Arizin, other things. So I don't necessarily have a problem with. I have a problem with Dame Lillard being on the list before Dwight Howard.
Okay.
More than I have like a Dolph Shays,
and Anthony Davis.
Right, and Anthony Davis. But does Dwight Howard and Steven Jackson have a point when you continually put these old timers on these lists and they're clearly not better than some of these players, but you're putting them on the list for nostalgia purposes, not necessarily because they're better than, a Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think, and I'll quote you in this, like, get off nostalgia dick. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain things like the NBA, I think that needs to that goes towards them as well. I think they hold on to like some of these guys who you said are like the forefathers, like, hey, that's all fine and well. They could always still get their flowers and shit like that. But like you said, like, it's criminal that Dwight Howard is not mentioned in the top 75. And it also sucks that we're not going to see another list for another 25 years when they do the top 100. It ain't like we're going to get like an 80, celebrating the 80. You can add 5 more players, or 85 or whatever like that. We got to wait another 25 years to see another one of these lists. And then, guys like maybe like Dwight Howard and like Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, all of these guys, that could get they flowers and be mentioned on these lists. But like, if you go look at Dwight Howard's resume, bro, it goes without saying, bro. My man's what 3-time defensive player of the year, bro, 8-time All-Star, 4-time All Defensive Team, 3-time, 4-time All NBA first team. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, here's what I think the NBA should do.
Yeah.
For now on, when it comes to these lists, separate the old timers or some of the old timers from the list.
Mm-hmm.
Give them their own list, like before modern era list. Because you're right, you can't tell me that Dwight Howard wasn't better than Dolph Schayes, fam. And again, we had talked about this. The first name that I thought of was Dolph Schayes because his son is Danny Schayes, and Danny Schayes played for the Milwaukee Bucks for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Howard better than dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dwight Howard better than Bob Pettit. You know what I'm saying? And respect to Bob Pettit and Dolph Schayes and everything, but this is not modern era NBA. So I would now at this point separate the modern era going into now. So I would say the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, 1979 on up.
Yeah.
And then for some of those players in the back end of that, make your own list for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we get to 100 years, you definitely ain't going to be able to tell me that Zion Williamson or a Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown, a Kyrie Irving, none of these players deserve to be on the 100 best players in NBA history list. You can kiss my ass on that.
Yep.
What you can do is make a list for modern and then the forefathers and have 2 separate lists so you can make sure that they're celebrated as well. But what you're basically doing is grandfathering these folks up in here because, we got to put, they was on the 25-year list. They was on the 50 list. Well, it's 75 and the game is past those guys.
Did they even do, I think the first time they ever did like one of these was like the 50 greatest players.
I actually think they did it for 25 years.
Oh,
we
really?
just wasn't around for that shit.
Oh, okay. I thought always like the 50 greatest players was like,
that's the one that we first knew. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But even like, I think the NFL did it right. And I love what the NFL did. They did the all-decade team.
Yeah, there you go.
They did that all-decade team. So it was like, all right, for these old marks in 1960, here's the best players in 1960. All their positions. In the 70s, here go to all of them. The 80s, there you go. The 90s, do that. Because when you start trying to make a singular list, and then you say that Paul Ariston is better than Kyrie Irving, like, nah, fam. What the fuck are you talking about?
I could probably say, hopefully, that the NBA could kind of, get something like that going within the next 5 years to try to right this wrong of like certain players.
Nah, they're not gonna do that shit. I can tell you they're not gonna. Nah, I can tell
so
you
the NBA said, "Fuck what y'all talking about. We're just gonna wait for another 25 years.
We're gonna wait for another 25 years." Cause shit, look, Dominique Wilkins had to wait for 25 years.
Long ass time, bro.
Dominique Wilkins, for some strange reason, did not make the top 50 players in NBA history list.
Ooh, that's a long time.
He had
to
to
get
wait.
your flowers.
Now he on the list.
Do better, NBA. Do better.
And I think he was like the first person that they announced too. Like, hey, look, let's get this out the way right now. Dominique Wilkins.
Because y'all knew y'all fucked up. Dwight Howard would be the first announced player on the top 100 team. He'd be the first new entry.
Dwight Howard in his 50s. Should have been there 25 years ago. Yeah, nah, you got to make two separate lists or make decade leagues, decade teams, and maybe even do it like your first team, second team, and then third team. Do it like that. But nah, man, don't stop. I hate to be that guy now. I did not want to be that guy right now, but just like my man Smitty said, stop putting these old white dudes up in these joints because we know they better than. I'm not saying Bob Cousy don't belong on there. I'm saying that Dolph Shades don't belong on that list no more. That
you can leave Pistol Pete Maravich.
Yeah, Pistol Pete can stay, but Dolph Shades, that ship is sailed, fam. Yeah. You were great for your time, but now your time is over with, fam. And Dwight Howard better than you. You know what I'm saying? And AD better than you, technically. So all that too. All right, man. Before we get out of here, have you seen the latest from the Isley brothers?
Have I seen the latest what? I heard they just dropped the album or something, right?
Hey, man.
I'm hearing good things.
Hey, them boys 70 years old. But they not acting like it.
How Ron sound? Is that Ron right there?
That's Ron in the back, fam. He say he the plug, fam. He said he the plug. On the scale, he is all there. Look at him.
Wait, why does the caption say Smokey Robinson has 24 hours to respond?
Because it game banger. Remember the song Game Bang? Your secret say. Hey man, they out here with their young folks music, man. They've been in this joint for 50 years. When I'm right in front of your face, you're looking at the plug. Hey, you know I got it. Hey, what? If you need a little love, cause you ran out. What? Up, you know I got it. You know he got it.
Not bad.
Hey. You know I got it. You know he got it. Bruh. It is time we give the Isley brothers their flowers again. Okay. Even more flowers. Because with this song right here, which is a nice bop. Yeah. Nice bop, fam. Now, there's one song where he sound like Future. And I was like, all right, Ron, you tripping. But all they have to do is give us one good song in a decade, and it works for me. Okay. The Isley brothers have had a good song in every decade since the 50s. Since the 50s. In the 50s, they had a bop. In the 60s, they had bops. In the 70s, they had bops. In the 80s, they had bops. In the 90s, they had bops. In the 2000s, they had bops. In the 2010s, they had a bop. And now we are in the 2020s. And they got a bop. Mike, how many fingers do I have up?
What is that? 8 bops. That's 8 decades of bops.
They've had 8 decades of bops.
That's crazy.
Somebody tell me how many groups, how many artists have 8 decades of a bop? At least one. 8. These men have at least one bop since the 50s. Since the 50s, Mike. You know how hard that is? Do we know how hard that is? Yeah. That's hard. That is difficult. That's scary too. It's like, wait a minute. Because, and for those who don't know, let me let you know. Shout is the Isley Brothers. So I'm gonna run and shout, name my heels out and shout, on now, I'm gonna say you will.
Mhm.
Gee, that was 1959.
So this
Nin-
Isley Brother album came out last week.
Yeah,
Okay. What's the name of that song?
the plug.
The Plug. Okay. With
Fam.
2 Chainz. With 2 Chainz. Okay, I'm about to
The
listen to this.
Isley Brothers have had at least one bop since the 50s. That is 8 decades of these dudes.
Shout out to the Isley Brothers.
You have to give them their flowers forever now. You can't talk anything without them. Because look, I just want to have the longevity as these cats.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's like that other song I heard. I was like, oh no, Ron tripping, fam. Ron out here wilding, fam.
Yeah.
But this song right here, when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. Okay. I can hear this at the 50-yard line. We at the 50 with this one.
Yeah.
We at the 50.
Okay.
So, hey, man, salute to Ron and Ernie. Hell, salute to Ernie daughter, Alex. Because if you heard this podcast, you know how I love her. Salute to the Isleys, man.
Yeah.
8 decades of bops. You can't beat it, fam. You can't beat it with a stick. Like you, at this point, the Isley Brothers are Tony Bennett for me.
Okay.
When I be using the example of who's going to be our Tony Bennett, he ain't mine because, of course, 1959. But the Isley Brothers and their longevity is like Tony Bennett to white people. If Tony Bennett can drop an album with Lady Gaga at 90, Ron Isley can do this for 20 more years.
Yeah.
And it's going to be bops because he's done it for 8 decades, G. So
Respect.
we have to respect that. I keep saying we need something like what they got. We got it. And it's Ronald Isley. All Ernie got to do is sit in the back and just hit those strings, fam. But Ron, you keep doing you, fam.
Okay.
You keep doing everything that you're doing because we need artists like you that's going to give us extreme longevity. My parents can listen to that and step and have a good old time. Shouts out to Ron. All right, man. So before we get out of here, those homework assignments again. Mike, you have to watch.
I got 2. I got 2 homework assignments. No
gotta
Country
watch-
for Old Men.
Yep.
And Weird Science.
Weird
And
Science.
what's crazy is too, like I was trying to watch it one of these days. I had some free time and I was trying to catch it. I had to rent it because the times I got the channel because I got Xfinity. It showed me the times that it was coming on this certain channel, and it was times that I wasn't going to be able to watch it. But it was 2 times that it aired on TV just this past weekend, which is crazy, which is funny because and then I also just rented for $3.99, so I might rent it for $3.99. But yeah, 2 movies, and I'm on that. You got to listen to a Rihanna album.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna
Rated R.
I'm gonna listen to Rated R.
And then we will discuss next week on the pod for the I Challenge You segment of the pod.
So yes, no, we
and
good.
yeah, NBA season kicks off next week. We'll do a preview on the next pod. Preview the NBA season. Or you want to wait until Christmas? Because we know technically the NBA don't start till Christmas. We'll do like a quick little preview. We ain't got to get too deep into the NBA. We ain't got to give no early takes because, like you said, we have come to agreements that NBA season don't really start until Christmas time. So
yeah, nah. We could do it next week.
You're right, DG. That's why I don't know why I didn't just record it. I should have literally just hit record, and then it would have been that. When I saw Weird Science was coming on TV, and then I wasn't able to watch it. I should have just hit record. I didn't even think about it.
Oh yeah. So I got Rihanna. What else I need to do?
Nah, that was that was the only thing. I didn't give you a challenge for this week because we'll just start it next week. I'll come up with something. So we just do that. We'll get that first one out, and then by next week I'll have something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Well, hey man, close us out, G.
That's it, man. Y'all already know. Rate, like, subscribe, Some Dude Pod, cop that merch. Like us on Facebook. We on Twitch as well. We on YouTube. Make sure you rock with us on YouTube at the What Digital. All the Some Dude Pod episodes are there. Also, First Black Champ episodes as well. If you're into wrestling, yes, sir. Wrestling. Hey. Triple H in that bag right now. He's in that bag.
Hey man.
It's getting crazy in WWE right now. AEW live too, though. Like, I've been getting my AEW on too. Like, I'm trying to get in tune fully with AEW. So I'm rocking with both. So if you love wrestling, fam, rock with First Black Champ and make sure y'all watching AEW and WWE. It's okay to like both. And all of that shit like that. But yeah, also what I was saying was Some Dude Pod on Instagram, Mike B at Mike B_CHR at JR Bang at Some Dude Pod. And that's it, dog. That's all I got, man. Cowboys, baby. 5-1 coming soon. We out.